Hello and welcome to another update video about VeChain. So I've been asked by many people for an updated video about VeChain. Here as well, very similar to Bitcoin. We had a target area defined, the most likely one for such a corrective wave down on a higher level, which in my opinion is a wave 2, which can be seen very nicely because this here was a first impulse. Then you have a very clear A, B, C wave. With the wave C, obviously, then I need to move that. No, didn't want to do that. That wave C needs to move over here, which would then also complete the wave 2. Here, as I said so many times, we have to come down below the low of the wave A, which was here at around 5.5 cents. Therefore, this target area begins at exactly that level, goes down to the 0.887 Fibonacci retracement level of that overall move, and this is ending at 3.3 cents. From my experience, usually in such a wave 2, young assets, cryptos, but also stocks and shares, we can see that at the moment with the PayPal stock, for example, AMC, GME, they are sort of in similar waves, and very soon I would expect a turnaround here. This is sort of the last straw it has. I mean, we've always talked about this area all the way down to 3.3 cents. And it seems like VeChain wants to max it out. VeChain also still has space for further downside. As you can see here, it can still drop another, well, 15% in this scenario. Then, however, what is going to happen if we drop below the 88.7% level? Is that possible? Yes, of course, it's possible. Is it good? No, it's not good. Would it destroy VeChain? Certainly, it's not great for cryptos and generally for stocks and shares also to drop below the 88.7% Fibonacci level. With VeChain, however, I don't have so much of a problem should it still drop below the 88.7% level. So many stocks and shares and also other assets that drop below this last Fibonacci retracement level, if they really drop and if they don't recover quickly, they have a higher risk to die. That is, I just have to say that very clearly. And this doesn't mean that VeChain has a bigger risk of sort of dying than other cryptos. Absolutely not. Most cryptos are currently in the middle or to the lower end of their target areas. And I don't necessarily have a big headache. I mean, it's not great if VeChain drops below that 3.3 cent level, and hopefully it won't. And currently I don't expect it to, but it's a possibility. Even if it drops below that, I wouldn't have a massive headache. It's a bit of a pain, but I wouldn't have a massive headache. And the reason is that we still have a lot of support down there. So it's not like that it would go to zero or to, you know, below 1 cent necessarily, because there is a lot of historical support. And we can see that on the VPVR indicator. So first of all, here around that area, around just below the target area actually, so around 3 cents. There is a lot of support, yeah. So here we could still find some support, so all the way down to maybe 2.9 cents. Should we drop even below that, then we are looking here at maybe 1.7, 1.9 cents, something like that. As you can see here, we had a lot of historical support and resistance. So it wouldn't be that we drop into the, you know, into the black hole, yeah. Some cryptos, some assets just don't have any support below the 88.7% level. So that would be a bit of a problem. But here at the moment, we have a lot of support down there, and therefore it wouldn't be necessarily a big problem should we drop below that level. Okay, so just because these questions always come up, what happens if? So here with VeChain, I wouldn't have a massive problem, but still it's not great if it drops below that level. And that can't be denied. This also depends to a degree on how far Bitcoin comes down. As I said in my Bitcoin video, I think we are sort of close to the low. Yeah, but I explained that all in my Bitcoin video, so you can always watch that if you like. So looking here generally at what VeChain does, yeah, there is a bit more space in the target area. That's fine. We have come down quite impulsively. After this here was just a 3-wave move up and then a 5-wave move down. This could be finished now. Any low could now be the completion. Yeah, similar to Bitcoin, any low could now be the correction, the completion of the correction. Absolutely. VeChain has done what it needs to do. At the moment though, the signals of the bulls are still too weak. I also need to say that the bulls aren't very strong at the moment generally across the market. So for now, I would like to see something like a bullish divergence, maybe on the daily chart, a bullish pattern maybe. Yeah, I don't see a bullish pattern. All I see here at the moment is a channel that is coming down. You can draw it like that. You can draw it like that. Probably better like that because you get more touch points. And maybe it is a slight bullish pattern, a descending wedge. Yeah. So we can obviously look at that and keep it on the chart. That might be a potential breakout pattern to the upside, where above 4.4 cents, you could see quite of a move, because the 4.4 cents level, as you can see here very clearly on the chart, is a very important, first of all, support level, but also resistance level now. And this is exactly where this daily candle today came up to. And if we break that to the upside, then this could really give VeChain a boost, and this is when the low could be in. But if anybody wants any certainty, what we need to wait for is a first impulsive wave up, which means a first 5-wave move up, after which we want to see a corrective move down, make basically a higher low. And again, this would be a first, well, a wave 1. This would be a wave 2 in the next uptrend. And in this wave 2, then what would need to happen? We would need to make a higher low, and then we can be more certain that the low for VeChain was already in. So, I mean, you can see it on the chart. There isn't much more space. We must be close to the completion of the correction. We've corrected basically 85 to 90% down from the all-time high, and it just at some point now needs to turn around. In addition to that, on the daily chart, nearly oversold here. On the 4-day chart, actually a bullish divergence, which is exactly what I've just said. I'd like to see that, but the MACD is just turning down, so a little bit unclear. On the weekly chart also, is that a bullish divergence? Let's take a look. I think it is. Yeah, we see a bullish divergence on the weekly chart at the moment. That is good, but also here the MACD is currently pushing down, so also not very clear. How is the monthly chart looking? And here again, that is similar to Bitcoin, where I've got a bit of a headache. It's looking a bit better than the Bitcoin chart, because on the Bitcoin chart, the MACD line is still too high. Here on the VeChain chart, it's looking not too bad. It's come down quite a bit, but ideally I want to have it a little bit lower. Nevertheless, we are really, really close here, as you can see, just by looking at the target areas, the Fibonacci levels, and we are in a descending wedge, and the 4.4 cent level, in my opinion, is a key level for support and resistance. So that would be the first target, yeah, or the first heads up. Should we really start moving up, this would be the first heads up where we really need to pay close attention to it when it breaks out. At the moment, primarily I have to expect that we actually go and reach that 3.3 cent level. Wouldn't have a problem with that. I think it's actually quite realistic, given that we actually are currently in a downtrend. And as per the technical analysis rules, yeah, we just have to understand and have to expect lower prices when we are in a downtrend. Only when the downtrend is broken, then we actually change our bias, then we change our view, and we can expect higher prices. At the moment, clearly in a downtrend, that doesn't change, until we at least break above 4.4 cents. Even better would be a move above 5.5 cents. And that's my view about VeChain. Hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership and maybe even the trading course I'm currently publishing on my website. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.